Hi, welcome back. I'm Christine from the Aussie Keto Couple, here with another fabulous recipe. Today I'm going to be making a cinnamon biscuit. So they kind of taste, when they come out of the oven, they kind of taste like a cinnamon donut. As they cool down, they go firmer and they're nice and crunchy. So hope you enjoy this one. I know you will. I actually made a batch this morning. Here's what's left of them. And I'm making another batch, or a double batch now anyway, so that we can have it for the next day and a half or so. They don't last very long, they're really nice. So shall I get started? Rightio. What we need, I'm going to throw everything all into one bowl. I don't need to separate any, oh yes I do. Butter. Melt the butter. So I have 150 grams of butter here. I'm going to stick that in the microwave while I get everything else done. Rightio. So 150 grams of butter that's softening now. I need 2.5 cups of almond meal. So these are 1/4 cup measurements. So you can see I'm not very precise, but anyway, I've got about 2.5 cups of almond meal in here. Now, my favourite sweetener is Natvia, which is 100% natural and organic. There you go. Now, I do 4 tablespoons of Natvia in this doubled recipe, so that's 1, 2, I better get another container. 3 and 4. Vanilla, I need 2 teaspoons. I'm just going to wing it like I do with everything else. That's 1 and that's 2. I'm generous with vinegar. No, I'm generous with vanilla. And the other thing I need is 2 eggs and my melted butter. So I've got 2 eggs here. And all I need to do is add the butter, which has been softened. It works out about 2/3 of a cup of butter if you go by cup measurements, or else 150 grams. So I'll throw that in there as well. And mix it all up. This is a super quick biscuit recipe. We heard one of the kids was coming to visit this morning, so I made that batch really quickly. By the time she walked in the door, they were just coming out of the oven. So there's nothing else I have to do now. Just give that a bit of a stir, and I'm ready to roll this up into little balls, roll it into the sugar mix, sugar and cinnamon mix, and bake it in the oven. So what I'm going to do here is put about 4 or 5 tablespoons of sugar in, Natvia in here. 1, This is super sweet, so you don't actually need to have too much. And cinnamon. I love sugar and cinnamon together. Used to love it on toast as a kid and it turns to caramel. I don't do that anymore though. So some really good shakes of cinnamon. Mix that through. And what I want to do is turn these into little balls, roll them into here, and that'll just coat the biscuits nicely, and that's what gives it that flavour of the cinnamon donuts. And I've made, this is my third, I've made 3 batches in 3 days, and they all go in less than 24 hours, and that's just with the 2 of us. They are super low carb, so we do tend to eat a lot. But I do make small balls too. Okay, so what I want to do now, it gets a bit messy if I use my fingers, because this is still quite a wet mixture. So I'm just going to use 2 teaspoons. And a baking tray I prepared earlier. I've put the oven onto 180 degrees fan forced. So what I do now is I just get a spoon of mixture and roll them into little ugly balls like this and drop it into the bowl. I'll do a few at a time. Doesn't really matter how big they are. If you want to make less and have them bigger, use a tablespoon or a dessert spoon. But I like little bite-sized pieces. That way we think we're having more. And I'll just cover that in the sweetener with the cinnamon. This is actually easier if you just do 1 ball at a time. I'm just trying to be a little bit more efficient with my time. So coat the balls with the cinnamon and Natvia mix, and then I just squash it down flat like that and stick it on the tray. Shake off the excess sugar and cinnamon mix. These don't spread very far at all either. They pretty much keep the size that you bake them in. So I'm going to be here a while. You can spend the next 10 seconds watching me roll all these into little balls. Then all I'll do is just go into the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes at 180 degrees. So sit back and relax, and I'll just ball these up. It occurred to me that some people may not like cinnamon, so I thought I will bake one of these by itself. No cinnamon, no extra sugar, just like that, and see how it tastes. It'll probably taste like crap, but I'm going to try it for you. Just a little bit to go. Alright, so they're all done. It really doesn't matter about the shape of these. They just flatten them down a little bit. They don't have to be pretty. Nothing in this kitchen has to be pretty. So this one here is one I've done without the cinnamon and sugar, just in case you don't like cinnamon and sweetener. We'll see how it goes. So I've made 2 trays. There you go. They'll go into the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. If you like them a light golden colour, probably stick to 12 minutes. But if you like them a little bit darker, like these ones, about 15 minutes. And they'll come out a little bit soft and somewhat gooey, but they harden up as well. They're nice both ways. So 12 to 15 minutes, I'll see you soon. Take 2. I forgot to turn the video on before I hit record. So I've already taken these out of the oven. There's my 2 trays of biscuits. I had kept mine in for 15 minutes, so they've gone a little bit darker because I like them dark. If you like them a little bit lighter, as I said, 12 minutes, even 10 minutes if you want to, but I think 12 to 15 is good. So I've already taken a nibble, so I know how this all tastes. This is the one that I made that doesn't have any cinnamon, sugar or anything like that on top. It's actually really nice. I didn't expect it to be. I thought it would be pretty horrible. But you can still actually taste the sweetener in it. So if you don't like cinnamon or you don't like sweetener on the outside, just have it on its own. It's quite nice. This one, however, has the cinnamon sugar all the way around it, or the cinnamon napier. Absolutely delicious. And I'm telling you, the 2 trays that I've made, which are my 3 trays today, they're not going to last us 2 days. Admittedly, Chris is going into hospital tomorrow, and this is a bribe for the nurses to make sure they look after him. So nurses, look after him. Yeah, this won't last long at all. You'll love it. The next video is going to involve a carrot and some seafood. So stay tuned. Catch you next time.